Hello there, Speed Duelists. Welcome back to another Speed Duel tournament review. Today we're doing the Speed Duel Showdown 166. These tournaments are held every Sunday night on DuelingBook for free, so maybe next week you could be one of the players. This week we had 11 players, so a pretty good turnout. So we should have 10 matches. Let's see, first one, Keebler versus Ivanovic. Yeah, we've seen both of these players plenty of times. And oh, looks like Keebler is on something else this week. I see Goblin Zombie, Zombina. So yeah. Unfortunately for him, his opponent is on the Macrocosmos deck. So let's see how far this zombie strategy will get him. Yeah, DD Survivor backed up with the Macrocosmos. And Keebler is still on Exchange of the Spirit shenanigans. Yeah, here we see a very quick concession when that Macrocosmos gets revealed. Very unfortunate for Keebler. So apparently no spell or trap removal in the main deck. Game 2 is looking better for him. There is a Macrocosmos, but there is a Mystical Space Typhoon. I'm choosing to discard Galaxy Cyclone, okay. Cosmic Cyclone rather. He's lucky Ivanovic only has one Macrocosmos. If he had two, then it would have been another quick concession. We see Card Trooper milling 3 and a no attack because of the As I Predicted skill. End phase. Yep. Here is the second Macrocosmos. So let's hope for Keebler that he draws more spell or trap removal. Ivanovic is going to attack over the Card Trooper, so that will be an extra draw. Yeah, Keebler, luckily for him, picks up the Cosmic Cyclone. So he's going to use the skill again, discarding the Haunted Shrine, keeping the Rainbow Life. And Cosmic Cyclone is not going to be chained. That's a huge risk. Yeah. Okay, so Cosmic Cyclone is chained to the Macrocosmos. Okay, so luckily that worked out for Keebler, but he still has to contest 2 Gearfrieds. The Zombina is going to reborn the Card Trooper. Yeah, lovely little interaction there. Because the Card Trooper is going to draw another card. And Gearfried will try to go in, but there is still a Haunted Shrine in the graveyard. Oh, but Rainbow Life is activated, so gaining 1800 life points. Okay. And important, getting another card in the graveyard for the skill, the Exchange of the Spirit. Midora is going to put back all 3. Keebler setting a card and using the effect of As I Predicted to swap the deck in graveyard. Yeah, they are not gonna take 5 minutes resolving all of it. So let's go on to game number 3. No Macrocosmos for Ivanovic. Which is very good for Keebler because he has no spell and trap removal. Ah, now he does, okay. We're seeing Mirage being activated. And he's going to keep the Midora in the hand, trying to discard it. In the draw phase, he's going to use the Rainbow Life already. So yeah, drawing 3 new cards. And basically cancelling out Ivanovic's possibility to attack. As I predicted, is going to resolve. Haunted Shrine will be sent to the graveyard. And now Keebler randomly discards 3 cards. Okay. Again in the draw phase, activating Rainbow Life which also neatly plays around Night Beam. And it will once again allow him to draw 4 cards. Now discarding 4 because of Exchange with Spirits. Keeper gonna set Zombina, and it looks like everything is going perfectly according to plan for him. Ivanovic has no place to play the Macrocosmos, but he realizes that it is super important, so he's gonna shrink. Then Shield Crush. So the Zombina gets to revive the Card Trooper. So right now, Keebler is still under the 15 cards that he needs, but now he has 15. Cosmic Cyclone gonna take out this Macrocosmos. And now Keebler has more than enough cards in the graveyard to activate and resolve the effect of Exchange with Spirits after putting his opponent's graveyard back. So Keebler will be moving on to the top 8. Next up we have Velox. I'm not sure whether I remember this guy, but J-Rock, we've seen him. He occasionally plays, and he's back on the Neo-Spatian deck. Love to see it. While Velox is on a more conventional Gearfried. So we're gonna see which warrior takes it home. Velox gonna start off by summoning Gearfried, not setting the offerings, but he is pretty safe thanks to the Sphere Kuriboh. J-Rock starting off with Hero Lives, Prisma copies Neos, and Monster Reborn is gonna bring that right back. Normal summon another Prisma, and let's see, this would be 700 plus 34. That would be game if it wasn't for this Sphere Kuriboh. J-Rock missing the opportunity to set Champion's Vigilance. And that is gonna bite him super hard. Offering staking out the Neos. Yeah. Yikes. But never punished. Here is Monster Reborn. And the set card is just Shrink. So depending on how hard J-Rock plays into that, he could make a comeback. Setting 2 and running into that Shrink. Ouch. Very, very unfortunate. J-Rock thinking he had the game shot and not setting the back row. Yeah, that has to sting. In game 2, J-Rock is gonna be able to start things off. We do see a Fossil Dyna, which is super popular in this Gearfried style of decks. It's pretty much anti-meta, stun, right? Anyway, Mind Crush calls the Gearfried, and there's no copies. So, painful. Rota is going to search the Gearfried, and that is just gonna run over the Grand Mole, right? No, Gearfried should not get bounced back because of Iron Grit. And Grand Mole has to return both, so I don't think that works. Anyway, we are gonna see Gearfried come down again. Offering stakes out the Grand Mole, and now Gearfried just Blast with Chain, popping the back row. And yeah, things were looking very bad for J-Rock in this matchup. Still, game 1, I think he threw, but game 2, there was nothing he could do. We are gonna be seeing Yugi versus Yugi, and it's a mirror match. Heatwave, yeah, is gonna prevent the Charging Gaia from coming down. That's something. Yeah. This is that guy versus Acid Jazz, by the way. Acid Jazz, I think, is a newer player. And he's got the second Heatwave. Okay. And the second Gaia. One of them will get booked, and the other one yeah, gets to attack directly. So yeah, still no opportunity for this Charging Gaia to come down. Yeah, he couldn't even set it, I think. So yeah, Heatwave definitely taking it home here. Can you set the Gaia? No, you can just normal summon it without tributing. Okay. Here is a Acid Jazz with the first Gaia. That guy responds with his Gaia. Battle step, Book of Moon. You wait until the damage step to play around an opposing sphere Kuribo. So very well played. Now that guy gets to draw 2 and discarding a Mystical Space Typhoon, keeping the 3 Gaias in the hand. That's interesting. Anyway, Acid Jazz bringing in the Hammer Shots, following it up with Monster Reborn. And that guy noting, you could have targeted my Gaia to avoid DD Crow. That is true, that's very true. And that guy with his 5th Gaia. But another Sphere Kuribo. Yep, yep. That's life sometimes. So Acid Jazz now gets to draw 2. Discards the Space Typhoon, but has another Sphere Kuribo. So as you can see, this mirror match is very intense. Very intense. Tribe normal summoned. Just for that extra bit of damage. And Acid Jazz picks up a Gaia and a Heat Wave. Is gonna get rid of the Heat Wave. Okay, yeah. Oh, luckily that Heat Wave wasn't drawn in the draw phase, because now that guy has the 3 charging Gaias. And he's setting the Book of Moon, but cannot activate it while you control a Gaia, a Fierce Night Monster, which charging Gaia certainly is. But it looks like it's not going to matter, because Acid Jazz just has an extra copy of Gaia. So yeah, this... yeah, the Gaia is destroyed, is off the field, so Book of Moon can be used to protect one more. And we're seeing the Solitary Sword of Poison. Oh, this is gonna be big, because now this Gaia becomes 38. That's gonna be 17 damage. Not enough to attack for game, but it is damage, so maybe that guy can draw into another Sphere Kuribo. And he does! This is gonna keep him alive one more turn, but yeah. I hope Acid Jazz realizes that right now this guy is on 19 and doesn't play his Hammer Shots. No, this attack and defense only doubles during damage calculation, so this Hammer Shot should have destroyed Acid Jazz's own Gaia. Yeah. So it's not gonna matter, because even if they realize this, Acid Jazz could have normal summoned Tribe, discard this Gaia, call Warrior, and then try to attack for game. There would have been the Sphere Kuribo. So yeah, it was very relevant, but still, I think, yeah, we'll never know. We'll never know. So one Gaia, moving on to the top 8. We have Delicatus versus Keebler. So looks like, are we already in the top 8? Yeah. So we saw Keebler is on the Exchanger Spirit deck, and Delicatus is on something else. Symbol of Pride. You can tribute Blue Eyes using 1 tribute summoned monster. You can discard a card to fusion summon, right? Yeah. So we're going to see Delicatus starting off with Summoner's Arts, picking up a Blue Eyes. We see Hero Lives for Prisma. Yeah, realizing that the exchange deck doesn't care about life points and has barely to no offensive pressure. Keebler draws some cards, and yeah, Delicatus now has the materials to make a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, I think. Let's see, but he's just going to pass. Okay. Keebler has to discard some cards, use the effect of a Gravekeeper's Trap to add another Mudora. And Keebler is going to call Kuribo with a Gravekeeper's Trap, which is a miss. So Rota gets added to Delicatus' hand. Keebler gets to draw 3. And immediately using the effect of Gravekeeper's Trap to add his final copy of Mudora to the hand. Could have been Calcifidia, but I don't think Keebler is on that. Let's see, big thing from Delicatus. But he's gonna reveal Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon for the Prisma. So Prisma's name will become Blue Eyes White Dragon. And the skill is used, so yeah, fusion summoning from the hand or field, and his Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon will be unaffected. Oh, uses the first skill, which lets you discard to destroy all monsters the opponent controls. Okay, and Blue Eyes cannot attack on that turn. So that's the effect of a burst stream of destruction that you mimic. Now I get what this deck is about. Oh yeah, Zombina doesn't trigger because it's destroyed by a skill effect. Yeah. Anyway, Delicatus is now going to fusion summon, and this Blue Eyes White Ultimate Dragon will be unaffected by card effects. Does Keebler have a way to stop this? Yeah, he does have a Haunted Shrine. Okay. So going to bring back that Zombina. And this ate a lot of Delicatus' resources. So can he still come back against this? Has to discard 3. Yeah, using the Dueling Book function / discard random, that just lets you randomly discard 1. Keebler will declare Gravekeeper's Cannon Holder, a card that is definitely in Delicatus' deck. Drawing 3 again, and Keebler has plenty of cards in graveyard. But no exchange of the spirit yet. He is on multiple copies, so that means that at least half of his deck is exchange of the spirit now. Let's see the hands for game number 2. Keebler being forced to start, and he will do so with Card Trooper milling 3. And setting the exchange of the spirits. Rota will search for Prisma. And the best card in Speed Duel, Melody of Awakening Dragon, not used for Armed Dragons this time, but just Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Delicatus uses the skill to fusion summon. Yeah, you have to discard for that. And now this Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon is unaffected by all card effects, so it can just one-shot Keebler. Okay, okay. Maybe don't summon Card Trooper without any defense, right? Delicatus going first in this game. Normal summoning Prisma, knowing that there's no danger in that. And now Keebler luckily does have defense, so yeah. Melody of Awakening Dragon used to add 2 Blue Eyes. And Delicatus just trying to go for it. Blue Eyes Ultimate attacking into the Card Trooper, but here is Rainbow Life. No? No Rainbow Life? Oh, that would have been funny, but yeah, then his life points would have been massive. But Waboku just makes Delicatus scoop it up. Next match in the top 8 should be. Or my My things are in the wrong order. Let me just double check that. Anyway, we are going to see left-handed Latios making a return. This player used to be very big, but he was out of the game for a while, I think. He's gonna use Melody of Awakening Dragon to search for the regular suspects. And then uses Heart of a Warrior, discarding the Armed Dragon level 10 to summon a Guiltia. Yeah, just double check. This is the top 8. It's the only top 8 match where players hadn't played an additional round, because there were 11 players, so 3 extra matches in the top 16. We see Domoski admitting defeat here already. That might be a bit premature, but okay, I am not one to judge. Let's see Domoski going second again. And here is left-handed Latios discarding Carbonellon and using it to summon Hyozan Ryu in defense. Nightbeam takes out the champion's vigilance. Domoski will use a skill to search for left-handed Latios, to search for a Dark Fusion. Eliminating the leak is interesting, but it's not going to be of much use here. So that is just going to be a huge Dark Gaia. But it cannot be targeted. Yeah, Dark Fusion says cannot be targeted. Now Domoski is going to attack and switching all of the opposing monsters to attack position. So yeah, just as quick as the first game. But now Domoski forced to go first. Luckily, this very aggressive Armed Dragon deck is just shy of being able to OTK. We're seeing Fossil Date for Carbonellon. And summoning Hyozan Ryu. This should be in defense mode. Right? Carbonellon says summon in defense. So seems like Latios is missing that. Let's see whether it matters. It might not, because here is Cosmic Cyclone. Here is the skill to search for Dark Fusion. Dark Fusion for a 7500 Gaia. And Dark Calling for another one of those. Battle phase, attack for game, twice. Yeah, one of them can get affected by eliminating the leak, but yeah, the other one is just gonna attack for game. Domoski always quick games. We're seeing El Yusei versus Velox. It looks like Velox is also on the Iron Grid Joey deck. While El Yusei is on spell counters. Very interesting to see. This deck was experimented with when it came out, but since then kinda lost its luster. So let's see how El Yusei does with this spell counter deck. We're going to see, what is it called? Legion the Fiend Jester being flipped face up. And he is gonna try to attack. And attacks into a Fossil Dyna. So now we're seeing Gearfried. Solna Luna flips down the Fossil Dyna, flips up the Old Vindictive Magician. And Legion searching for a Rogue Doll. Okay, I guess they just play this to get some card advantage momentum going. Allure of Darkness, yeah, now it's a... I was gonna say now it makes sense, but No, this doesn't make sense. Because Breaker would have been able to attack over the Gearfried. Yeah, Apprentice Magician, a special summon card, so yeah, it's not gonna do it. Let's see. Yusei choosing to go first. Doing so with Apprentice Magician. Another drop-off to get rid of this Sphere Kuriboh. And we're seeing Magic Drain on the reinforcements of the army. Okay, Velox has no other spells to discard, so this... You do have to... Yeah, discard a spell to negate the Magic Drain. So this Rota will not resolve. Normal Summon Gearfried into Apprentice Magician. Floating into another copy. You can do that while there's no, no Fossil Dyna on the field. And now we're gonna see Breaker attack over the Gearfrieds. Another drop-off is gonna get rid of the extra Gearfrieds. And yeah, this is gonna be slightly painful. This Fossil Dyna should destroy the Apprentice Magician, right? It was special summoned. Okay, seems like players are unaware of this, but keep in mind, a special summoned monster that is flipped face down is still considered as being special summoned. Breaker is gonna pop this Shrink. So going down to 800 attack points. And Ultimate Wizardry is gonna flip face up. So on activation you can put a spell counter on all of your spell counter cards. And once per turn you can put one spell counter on one spell counter card. So Breaker goes back up to 11. And now goes back up to 19. Fossil Dyna will attack over the Apprentice Magician. And Breaker will pop the Blast with Chain, so this Breaker will get destroyed by that. Luckily, Yusei has a Legion to beat over the Fossil Dyna, and now it's looking pretty good for him. Allure of Darkness gonna draw 2, banishing the Dr. I was gonna say Dr. Dre, but it's a Dark Red Enchanter, this name. And going in for a lot of damage. And Offerings to the Doomed is not gonna save Velox. Okay, third game. And Velox is on the Spice. We're gonna see Fossil Dyna being summoned. And I'm not sure whether I agree with his placement of a Blasting Fuse, but okay. So normal summon Legion of Fiendchester gives Yusei an additional normal summon, and he's gonna tribute summon for Dark Red Enchanter, who gets 2 spell counters, gaining 300 for each. And you're gonna remove 2 spell counters to discard a card randomly from the opponent's hand. Next, Yusei is gonna use a skill to give all of his spell counter cards a counter, then use the second effect of the skill to give it 1 more counter. And up next is Spell Power Grasp. It's gonna give 1 more counter, and then because the spell was activated, Dre gets another spell counter. So woof, if Velox still had a hand, he wouldn't anymore. We are gonna see, yeah, this is what I meant. I think Blasting Fuse should have been set here. And then the entire column would have been destroyed. Now Fossil Dyna just gets run over, and that is the duel. So yeah, Blasting Fuse would have been the Spice if it was played in the middle column. Next, the last match of the top 8, we're gonna see Acid Jazz on Gaia versus Sebas, who is on Cyber Angel. It's been a while. It's been a while. I remember this format. Unfortunately, Acid Jazz not opening, what's it called? Heatwave? But Sebas, having a pretty good opening hand, is gonna pitch double Cyclone, which is pretty useless in this matchup, to grab the Machine Angel Ritual, which he is gonna activate, tributing Benten for Iraten. Benten and Iraten will both activate, so adding Izana and the Machine Angel Ritual, and now activating the Machine Angel Ritual to summon Izana, which will be 3,500. Pretty impressive. Yeah, it's just gonna run over the Gaia, and it has a lot of protection, because there are 2 Machine Angel Rituals in the graveyard. Okay, Acid Jazz, you're up. How will you play this out? Hammershot gets rid of one of the ritual spells. Sphere Grebo is gonna stop this Izana from finishing the duel. But yeah, Gaia gonna get Monster Reborn, attacks over the Sonic Birds, but Waboku is gonna keep him alive. Acid Jazz uses his second Sphere Grebo, but yeah, sees the writing on the wall. Definitely not a matchup you would be expecting. As you can see, these Speedwell Showdowns, anything can happen. People bring a lot of creative spice, such as a Santa Claus. Okay, we're gonna see Heatwave being played first, so Acid Jazz will have a lock on effect monsters. And this Gaia attacks over the Sonic Bird. And Sebas cannot summon Sonic Bird. Yeah, Heatwave was activated. So putting that back. And yeah, setting the Sonic Bird wouldn't help. Anyway, here is Stripe Infecting Virus, so gonna punch in for game. So we're going to the final game of this top 8. Who will make it? The yellow cards or the blue cards? Unfortunately, no Heatwave for Acid Jazz. So he's gonna summon Gaia and pass turn. Sebas has a pretty good combo hand. He's gonna start off with Sonic Bird. He's then gonna use a skill discarding Machine Angel Ritual to add Cyber Angel Benten. And now he has the combo again. Benten for Iraten. Iraten gonna add back the Ritual spell card, and Benten adding the Izana. Then using the Machine Angel Ritual to summon this Izana with 3,500. Sphere Kuribo is not gonna be used. And here we see Santa Claus being drawn, and it's immediately gonna hit the field. And it has to be in defense position, unfortunately. Gaia will attack over the Sonic Bird. And in the end phase, Sebas gets to draw one thanks to Santa Claus's effects. Offerings to the Doomed gonna take out the Gaia. Sebas is gonna make a valiant effort. Oh, no, you cannot Mind Crush without cards in hand. Oh, but it looks like the players don't realize this. Yeah, the turn could have been played out differently. So first playing the Mind Crush and then the offerings. Yeah, it looks like players are not realizing this. So we are going to be seeing Sebas with Cyber Angels moving on to the top 4. But first, we're going to see Keebler versus Tomoski, two big names. We're going to see the Unstoppable Force versus, what is it called? The Immovable Object. Keebler going to start off with Card Trooper milling 3, and here is Mirage of Nightmare. And it looks like this might be a very quick game. Yeah, we're seeing Night Beam on the set. Space Typhoon on the Mirage. Oh, these are 2 rocks. So yeah, Mystical Space Typhoon makes it so that Keebler doesn't have to discard, but that's actually a bit of a disadvantage for him. Card Trooper gonna mill 3 again. And yeah, this Card Trooper being on the field is a liability. Here is Dumoski finally drawing a Fiend, discarding the Gaia Plate to search for Dark Fusion. He's gonna use both of his fusion spells, I think, right? Making 2 massive Gaias. Ah no, just 1. Dark Gaia attacks into Card Trooper, so Keebler will gain 7,100 life points. Oh, just 6-4, just 6-4, okay. And the Trooper does die, so Keebler will get to draw a card. Here's another Mirage of Nightmare. Cosmic Cyclone is chained, targeting a random back row, and Waboku is chained. So this Mirage will resolve, and yeah, next turn Keebler has to discard. And is there already a exchange? Yes, but Keebler missed the chance to activate Medora in Modowski's end phase. So yeah, there's too many cards in Dumoski's graveyard. Yeah, Keebler immediately notices this in the chat. Yeah, unfortunately. So Dumoski taking the first one. Let's see, Keebler starting off with Card Trooper. Milling 3 and passing turn. Cosmic Cyclone will take out... Oh, will banish the Exchange of Spirits. But yeah, we've seen that Keebler is on multiple copies, so he's still alive, he's still alive. Dumoski is once again just drawing the rock monsters. Trooper gonna mill 3. Yeah, Keebler is lucky to start off with Card Trooper, because you have to, you know, make tempo in this matchup. Discarding for the Gravekeeper's Trap to search another Medora. Yeah. There was a case for not doing this yet. That way, if Dumoski like Night Beams a set Waboku, you can chain with the effect of Gravekeeper's Trap and then still chain the Waboku. But now Keebler is out of targets, so he won't be able to do that again. Ah, but he always has the Medora in graveyard to chain block, quote unquote, the Night Beam, so no issues there. Space Typhoon takes out a face down, and Dumoski, he has to play into this back row and try to go for game. But there is the Waboku, and now... Oh, Keebler still has no exchange with spirits. He doesn't get it off as I predicted, but he still has a Card Trooper mill for 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, still no exchange with spirits. Okay. So this game will be decided by whether... I know, because Rainbow Life will always be able to be activated. Yeah, Chainlink 1, Night Beam. Chaining 2 could have been Medora, and then chaining 3, the Rainbow Life. So, I'm sorry, Keebler, I don't think you played this one out correctly. So, Dumoski moving on to the finals. We're gonna see Yusei, who was in the very spicy spell counter deck, versus Sebas, who is also on a very spicy deck. So Sebas starting off by pitching Night Beam for the skill to add the ritual spell. Idaten and Benten both activating. There is a fulfillment of the contract in the hand, but I don't think that can be activated because this Benten was not properly ritual summoned. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below, but yeah, I don't think this is right. Sebas spoke in for 16. And let's not forget Benten's on-field effect. It destroyed the old Vindictive Magician, so did damage equal to the defense. Anyway, we're gonna see Cosmic Cyclone banishing the fulfillment of the contract and an Apprentice Magician being set. Allure will let LUC draw 2, but his draws aren't amazing. A dead Cosmic Cyclone. Ideally, Night Beam hits it. Oh, yeah. No. And now, here's Dark Red Enchanter. This could be huge. Tributing the Legion for the Dre. So Dre will get 2 counters, Rogue Doll will be added. Yeah, use the effect to snipe the Izana. Use the skill to gain 2 more counters. And running over the Idaten, which will be protected by Waboku. Sebas now onto the defense. But Breaker comes down, which will immediately be met with offerings. Yeah. But then Enchanter attacks over this. Ah yeah, and Sebas has no draw phase, so yeah, that is indeed the game. Game 1 goes to spell counters. Let's see. LUC going first. Sebas bringing in the spice from the side deck. He has a Shield Crush, but he's not going to use it yet. He's going to run over the old Vindictive Magician. Cosmic Cyclone in the end phase. Yeah. Here's Breaker. That's 19. Pretty big chunk out of the life points. But yeah, now we're gonna see plays on Sebas' side of the field. Senju for Benten, Benten for Idaten, Benten for Izana, and Idaten for the ritual spell. And it looks like Sebas now using the second effect of the skill to search for another copy of Idaten. So it's gonna tribute 1 Idaten for Izana. So now both of these ritual monsters gain 1000 attack. And, yeah, that does it. Sebas takes this game. Final game of the top 4. I'm gonna use this moment to thank you guys for tuning into this long form speed duel content. Sebas choosing to go first. Okay. Probably just to have an extra card on turn 3. I don't know. Anyway, here's LUC with the Allure. That's gonna banish his Rogue Doll, his brick. Oh no, he keeps it. Yeah, he's very fond of this Rogue Doll. We're gonna see Breaker hit Waken the Dragon. That's gonna summon Ojama King. Notably, it can only target these 2 zones. Spell Power Grasp is used. Gonna thin the deck a bit. And attacking over the Sonic Bird. Okay, Sebas should have huge opportunity for OTK here, I think. No, I think he's a monster short to do that. Anyway, we are gonna see Breaker being tributed for Dre. Dre will just pitch a card using its own counters, and then using a skill to gain 2 more. And now, very awkwardly, Sebastian has no ritual spell. Eluce gonna pitch another card, give Dre a new spell counter, which he can do once per turn. And this is gonna be a weird game. Dre gained a second spell counter because a spell was activated, so now he gets to snipe from the hand. Tributing Dre for Dre to discard the final card from the hand. So Ojama King, usually a win button, but not here, not here. And now it's a matter of time before this Dre gets big enough to run over the Ojama King. 2 more turns. We're gonna see Nightbeam snipe a Magic Drain. 1 more turn. Oh no, no, no! Nightbeam is a spell, so Dre gets a counter. So this turn with the skill, Dre is gonna be big enough to attack over the Ojama King. Nice, 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 nice. Now Sebas using Machine Angel Ritual that he top decked to grab a Senju. Let's see, is there a play? Is there a play? This Dre is gonna get very big again, still having 5 spell counters remaining. This Benton will get protected, or is it game already? Yeah, Sebas just yeah, it's over in his head, so that's more than enough for us as well. So we are gonna be seeing spell counters versus Dark Gaia in the finals of this Duel Showdown 166. I'm excited. Eluce gonna start off by sniping the only rock no, not the only rock monster. One of the rock monsters. Nightbeam takes out this Cosmic Cyclone, and Domoski is gonna do what Domoski does best and just beam. Yeah. Eluce now going first? Choosing to go first. Yeah, you should never let Domoski go second. Now Drop Off is going to pick off the Gaia. And Domoski is going to set his Absorbing Jar. And no set to make it live. Okay. That's going to bite him in the ass. Because here is Dre. 2 spell counters. Gonna snipe the Nightbeam. The skill gives it 2 more spell counters. And Domoski is just gonna attack. Luckily, Domoski is not drawing into a Fiend. But now Dre is gonna snipe 1 more card. And this drop-off is beautifully destroyed by Absorbing Jar, so Eluce gets to draw a card. And this Dark Red Enchanter, yeah, 2000 damage. Yeah, Nightbeam is not gonna help Domoski, so we are going into a game 3, a final game of this finals of Duel Showdown. Let's see. That is very awkward for both players. Apprentice Illusion, no, just Apprentice Magician being set, and Domoski is gonna try to fix his hand by summoning Vortex Trooper, returning through, and going to try to draw into a Fiend monster. And he gets it. So, skill being used, discards cards to get the Dark Fusion, and here we're gonna see 2 6800 attack Dark Gaias. So, Domoski taking it yet again, I believe, with his Dark Gaia deck, but very cool that we saw spell counters doing so well. Guys, I was Ryan Atlas, thank you for watching, make sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Bye!